everyone, and good morning to you. Welcome to my channel today. On this channel, we trade Forex on a daily basis. I'm not a professional. Everything that's done here is done for educational and entertainment purposes only. So if you do trade any financial instruments, please carry out your own due diligence as well as risk management. Okay, so let's begin. Today's currency pair, as you can see, is the Euro USD dollar. I normally trade Forex pairs using Fibonacci's and harmonics as well. So that's what I normally trade, and I believe I've just been stopped out, so I'll enter this trade again because I have a strong conviction about this particular trade. So you see me entering this trade live. So what we have here, don't know if you can see it, are two harmonic patterns forming around the same sort of area. First is a back pattern, which is this one here. Let me delete all of this so it's clearer to everyone. So a back pattern normally has a 50% retracement level. So it wasn't a back, it was back pattern, sorry, I'm confusing myself. So the first level that we've seen is a butterfly pattern, not the back pattern, sorry. So you can see the B point finished at 0.786%. So if I draw that in, X to A to B at 7.86, roughly around here, B to C, and C to D. So the back pattern, the potential reversal zone is at the 1.272, which is around here. Now at present, well, price has exceeded that particular area, but the stop loss for the back pattern is butterfly pattern is the 1.618 retracement, which is right around here. And as you've seen, prices hit this particular area and it's just come straight right down. And also if you can look left, you see there's a strong reaction. Price had a really strong reaction around the same price, so it might be that price will have the same or similar reaction around here as well. The other harmonic pattern that I've seen, now this is by no means guaranteed. The other harmonic pattern that I've seen as well, so if I do X to A, and see the B section finishes at exactly 0.5%, that's 50%. And then I think I could be completely wrong with this assessment, but we'll see. X to A to B at 50% retracement, B to C has to be at a minimum of 3.82, and then C to D. Because price hasn't had any reaction here, so this pattern might not be valid, I'm afraid to say. However, if it's not valid, well, hopefully it is, but if it's not, my next point of call will be an extension pattern, which should be something like this. That would be my next point of call. However, I still sort of believe that this section here holds a resistant price because of this initial price rejection in this area. So I'm going to sort of stick to my trading plan. It could go completely wrong, but trading is not a guaranteed or sort of fine art. It's not trial and error either. You have to be disciplined to have a plan that you're trading and then trade that plan regardless of the outcome. So that's what I'll attempt to do here. But that's my analysis for this particular pair. And hopefully time will prove me right. It could also prove me wrong, but for the moment this is how I'm trading this particular pair. So I believe I'm looking for about 20 pips or so, 21 pips. So I'll put my stop loss should be around there. As you can see, I don't have any stop loss for this particular trade at this particular time. But yeah, let me see. I still believe price will fall or will go down, but let's see. I'm either right or wrong, but let's see. Wrong, but let's see. In the meantime, let's look at other trading opportunities. I've had a look earlier on. I don't think there's a lot. With this particular one, the only thing I can see is that the 50 period EMA is holding, so you might want to trade if price comes to the 50 period EMA and go long. But see how the USD is. Can't really see any other opportunities anywhere apart from this short-term trading opportunity. But yeah, let's see what happens. You can see around here there's been some sort of price reaction. It's not as bullish, but we'll see. Never know. My media playing. So my media playing. Let's just think about it. It's not good. You can see here this last candle might be an indication that the short-term long trend is, well, positive or bull position is ending, and the bear is about to get into this trade. The same sort of selling force that caused the prices to drop around here might take over here again. We'll see. I hope that's the case anyway. That's the beauty of trading live. I'm either right or I'm either wrong, and it's a sort of vulnerable position to be, to say, well, the market is going to go a certain way. It's easy to, to doubt yourself, but I'm going to stick with this one and see what happens. I'm going to stick with my analysis. See what happens. The other thing that I can see as well, minus this harmonics as well, is some sort of channel around here. It's not a great channel, but so this. Well, that channel has been broken anyway. But it could either go back into the channel, so it might just be a false breakup from the channel, or go right back up, but who knows. Okay. Come. Let's go, baby. Let's go. I'm sure you can see I'm not trading huge sums of money here. This is deliberate. It's just to prove myself right or wrong, whether or not trading is a thing for me, whether or not harmonic patterns work, whether or not all the sort of information on YouTube about trading and things like that work, because I'm self-taught, so I taught myself how to do all of this. And you see a lot of people making huge claims on YouTube about their own trading system and all kinds of stuff. Yeah, so I'm just trying to put what I've learned into practice. I think I might put a bit more money into this to make it a bit more challenging as opposed to doing this. However, the method is still the same. Or if you put a huge sum of money in, or a small amount of money in, it doesn't matter as long as you're consistently making profit. I've heard of stories of people who've turned £100 into £1,000. That's not my story yet. However, I want to see if that claim is possible. If it's possible to grow a small amount into a bigger amount trading Forex. And eventually, maybe if I make a success of this, or when I make a success of this, I'll quit my 9 to 5 and start doing this full time. However, I'm still a long way from being able to do that yet, but small steps. So that's the plan, to make a success of this and to start trading full time in the nearest future. But I know that I need to start putting risk management in place, and start taking profits, not being too greedy, because when you're too greedy in the market, you lose everything. So it's always good to have a self-discipline that you follow if you're going to be trading Forex. Plan your trade and trade your plan. Stick to your plan, wherever it is that your plan is. If you don't have a plan when you trade, then you're going to be in trouble, because you're going to be closing your trades early, or just 1 minute you're long, next minute you're short. So just bear that in mind. You have to be disciplined when you do this, otherwise you lose money, you lose your gains, and you're going to get frustrated very quickly. However, as well, if you're determined to do this, failure shouldn't really dissuade you or discourage you from carrying on. You have to be persistent. Learn from your mistakes and move on. That's all I can say. Learn from your mistakes and move on. And don't give up if this is what you want to do. It is possible to be financially independent trading Forex, but you have to know what you're doing, and you have to be careful as well, and you have to plan, because you can't just arbitrarily decide to go long or short. You have to know what you're doing. You have to have some thought process behind every trade that you take. It's not a guarantee of success, but at least it increases your chances by planning what you want to do. Because if you fail to plan, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. I don't know if I'm making sense. Basically, if you don't plan your trade, you fail. That's what I'm trying to say. And stick to your plan as well. So it looks as if the bat pattern is holding for the time being. Normally when you trade this, the first profit target should be the 382, which is right here. Hopefully price would get to that level, but we'll see. If you are deriving any benefit from this trading session, please do not forget to like and subscribe. What am I saying? Please like and subscribe. I want to say thank you to my 6th subscriber. If you subscribed in the last 2 days, just want to thank you for subscribing to this channel. It really makes a difference. Hopefully we can all grow this channel together. So for all my other 5 subscribers who have subscribed as well, I don't know who you are, but the YouTube gods know who you are. and I want to thank you for liking and subscribing to this small channel, and hopefully between us we'll be able to grow this channel. If there's any suggestions that you'd like to give, any comments, please, whatever it is, good or bad, I'll take it on the chin. But I want to thank you for subscribing to this channel, wherever you may be. Okay. So I'm trying this coffee and lemon fad. So I've got lemon in this, so if you see me making faces, it's because it's lemon in my coffee. So don't try this at home, kids, you're not gonna like it. Let me clean this up a little bit. Take this out. Take this out. This out. Let's go, baby. Let's go.
fire doesn't light itself. It takes a spark.
This is the EV3A portable power station. And in today's video, I'm going to tell you why I think it's one of the best portable power stations under $300. Before we get started, let's do a quick unboxing. In the box, it came with just one cable for charging, so there's no power brick. And then mine also came with an MC4 solar panel charging adapter. This is interesting to me because I have heard that these do not come with this cable. So maybe Blue Yeti recently stepped up their game and added the cable with this device. This device comes in with a 268 watt-hour lithium iron phosphate battery. So it's not a huge battery, but this portable power station is almost illegal. And that's because it has powerlifting mode, which I'll talk about in a little bit. There are 3 features on this device, which for me are unique compared to other devices that I've already tested. The first unique feature is that this one has Bluetooth connectivity, which allows you to connect to your smartphone and see exactly what's going on inside the device. The second feature is called powerlifting mode, which I think is almost like a way of giving this thing rage, where it can lift those heavy loads without blowing up. And the final feature that this thing has is turbocharging. Although there's only a 268 watt-hour battery, this thing can take a massive 430 watts in turbocharging mode. From the outside, this device appears to have the same features as any typical 300 watt-hour range portable power station. So this device does have 9 outlets. Starting at the top, we have a wireless charger rated at 15 watts. And then moving on down, we have 3 12-volt outlets, 2 regular USB outlets, a USB-C outlet, and then 2 AC outlets. So there's where your 9 outlets come from. Now that I've shown you what the 9 outlets are, let's look at what they actually do. We have our 12-volt DC outlet. This is your standard car charger outlet. And 1200 watts of surge power. This thing has I went in and I updated the firmware. And that firmware update took only about 3 to 5 minutes. Coming from
A fire doesn't light itself. It takes a spark.
Consumption and 37% of all energy-related carbon dioxide emissions. A huge contributor to this change is the building materials you choose.
We want to have building materials which have very little carbon footprint. So we look at what is it that we want to avoid or at least reduce.
For instance, with the ceiling, they use the wall structure instead of depending on reinforced concrete.
And the curved surfaces
The curved surfaces formed as bricks are arranged between 2 beams. In normal fired bricks, there is no steel, cement or plaster needed.
plastic needed.
Apart from reducing steel and cement, they recycle 3 important waste materials in the building industry that would have otherwise ended up in landfills. First, construction waste was crushed and used in the earthen walls. Then, to cut down heat, they used discarded third-quality white ceramic tiles for the roof and waste limestone pieces for the walls. Not only do these 2 materials help in decarbonizing the building, but they are also cost-efficient materials.
The important thing is that there is no material cost in the construction as we use waste and scrap material. Every 2 weeks we collected scraps in small quantities from local shops in a vehicle. We repeated this process as these materials are not found that easily.
There's only so much that you can influence with design. So post-occupancy, How do you actually influence a sustainable lifestyle?
So that's what we aimed at. We said we aim at a youth housing program that single couples and even small families to live together in a way that they share. And what do they share? They share space.
Do you think it's comfortable?
It's very comfortable for me here. I moved here in February. I haven't felt lonely since then because there are enough people to talk to here. On days I haven't prepared dinner, they make dinner for me too. I enjoy that, sharing a lot.
To encourage people to share and reduce resources, a utility block with an area set aside for waste segregation and common washing machines is included.
Instead of buying a washing machine and spending more on electricity, water, we have common ones here.
Most of us here won't waste water. Drainage water is recycled and reused for the garden.
You can't skip talking about electricity consumption when you're thinking of a sustainable building. For the Indian subcontinent, particularly Tamil Nadu, one of the most reliable sources of renewable energy at a domestic scale is rooftop solar panels. Combined with an efficient building design, Suhasini says it's making a significant difference in electricity consumption among the residents.
What is actually the average energy consumed per person for an MIG housing, which is middle income group housing? That's what we're addressing. We're not addressing low income group housing yet. We said we will try for 45 kilowatts per person, about 30% less than what the standard is, and we are achieving it.
Can someone replicate human scapes in another place?
Sure, it can be done, but it can't be copied as such. This design works out only in this context. We have red earth here, so we have used the poured earth technology. What materials are available locally? How does it reflect in that climate? We have got to consider all this.
Suhasini and her team hope that this model of humanscapes, with a focus on co-sharing, could be adopted by college campuses in the future. And that's just the beginning. Sustainable buildings could help develop cities that aren't just resilient to climate change, but also contribute less to it. This isn't the only solution, but it's definitely a much needed start.
The fruits, vegetables, and grains we eat require
Disco Maghreb, la lettre d'amour de DJ Snake à l'Algérie. Le magasin d'Oran, mythique berceau de la musique rail, est propulsé sur le devant de la scène grâce à l'artiste qui lui rend hommage dans son dernier clip. Les automobilistes ont déserté certaines routes du Niger. Elles se sont dégradées et sont devenues périlleuses en raison des attaques de Boko Haram et d'autres groupes armés. L'un des axes les plus dangereux est celui qui mène vers le Nigeria voisin. Il était autrefois très fréquenté par de nombreux commerçants qui allaient chercher des prix plus attractifs de l'autre côté de la frontière. Notre correspondant Harold Girard s'est rendu dans la région de Zander.
Depuis plusieurs années et la montée de l'insécurité, les routes du Niger se sont vidées. Salifou Saleh loue habituellement ses véhicules et guide ses clients dans la région de Zinder, proche du Nigeria. Aujourd'hui, ces sorties sont bien plus rares qu'auparavant.
S'il n'y avait pas cette insécurité, ça ne serait pas comme ça. En ce moment, ce ne sont que les projets humanitaires qui font tourner les transporteurs comme moi. Le commerce, en général, ne tient que grâce à ces projets.
Sur cet axe qui mène au Nigeria, Le Niger a obtenu des accords de financement de la Banque africaine de développement, près de 140 millions d'euros, principalement pour bitumer la chaussée sur 110 km. L'état actuel de la route multiplie les risques d'attaque ou de braquage. Rester coincé dans un de ces trous fait du conducteur une cible facile des deux côtés de la frontière.
La voiture qui doit aller chercher les produits au Nigeria ne peut pas aller chercher 10 tonnes d'un coup à cause de la route. Je suis obligé de transporter des tranches de 2 tonnes. Si la route s'améliore, je vous le dis, même l'insécurité va diminuer.
Avant la multiplication des attaques dans le nord du Nigeria, Salifou faisait réparer ses véhicules dans le pays, un gain de temps et d'argent. De l'autre côté de la frontière, les pièces automobiles sont plus disponibles et moins chères qu'au Niger. À Zinder, comme dans tout le sud du pays, les garages dépendent eux aussi des aléas sécuritaires dans la région.
Même les véhicules dont on commande les pièces, les bandits les braquent. Ils arrachent les affaires des gens, leur argent, il y a vraiment un problème. C'est pour ça que les gens disent maintenant chercher des pièces automobiles uniquement là où ils sont. Ils prennent ce qu'ils peuvent et ils les montent.
Dans le nord du Nigeria, Boko Haram, mais aussi d'autres groupes armés, ont provoqué la fermeture de la frontière avec le Niger à plusieurs reprises.
Let go of our traditional practice.
The state needs to find a way to conserve water, but equally the concerns of farmers need to be addressed, from the affordability of machines to the right weedicides and electricity issues, before there can be a large-scale adoption.
The emphasis on dry seeding is very valid, it's very important. So my personal feeling is that in 10 years or so, most every farmer will switch to direct sowing.
The first steps have already been taken, and supporting farmers in making the switch will take the state and its goals of water conservation a long way.
Bhutan is touted for its gross national happiness and its positive carbon balance sheet. But this hasn't shielded it from the drastic effects of climate change. The country is struggling with a water crisis. Its residents oscillate between having too much water or too little water. How are they tackling this? Let's find out.
For the people of Bhutan, glaciers and mountains are sacred. Like these 7,000-metre peaks at the border to Tibet, though the glacier's days appear to be numbered. The ice is melting due to climate change, as shown on this animation by the WWF and the UN. The glacial lakes have become a major flood threat. Nearly 20 mountain lakes are currently at risk. In the south of Bhutan, the monsoon season is normally in July, but in recent years the heavy rains have come to Sirangte earlier in the month of May. The seeds sown by local farmers were washed from the fields, and the rainwater vanishes almost as suddenly as it appeared. Springs are running dry and mountain streams have slowed to a trickle. According to the UN, more than 60% of Bhutan's population has no access to clean drinking water. We head out to see the source of the village's water supply, some 16 kilometers away. Village leader Nandara Karel wants to show an environmental expert the situation they're facing here. There have been frequent disputes with the neighbouring villages. The rules for access to spring water are strict. Namgay, who works for Bhutan's Tarayana Foundation, hopes to improve water management here. The project receives support from the International Climate Initiative.
This water belongs to another group. We've already spoken many years ago that we can share the water for cultivation. Everything but Sirante. They also have 400 households and a population of 4,000 to 5,000. So they're dipping into this water. At least they share the drinking water with us, but it's not a solution.
The young students who attend Sirante's central school are also affected by the water shortage. The 860 students have just one source of water for bathing and laundry.
They don't have enough water to wash their body. They have water to wash their clothes, and because of that one, they get all sorts of skin diseases, and that is one very big challenge.
The narrow valley in the south of Bhutan, near the border to India, has a subtropical climate. At the valley's edge lies the village of Dechenpelri. The water supply is a problem here too. The monsoon has become irregular, and when it does rain, the torrential downpours often wreak havoc.
When the rain falls, all the soils are coming down, and then all like a landslide or erosions are falling down, and they're destroying the water source. Through the project, we want to do that totally mountain replantations.
The village built a water tank to irrigate their fields. The water comes from the mountains through plastic pipes, but they're often damaged in landslides. And then there's the elephants.
They come into the village almost every night, small groups of young elephants. Usually they tear off clusters of bananas or bamboo plants. 5 minutes later, they leave. We try to scare them off with noise and our flashlights.
An electric fence is being built to keep the elephants out. That way the herds will stay in their natural habitat, where they have an important role to play.
The elephant is an architect of the forest. He decides what the forest is going to look like. And if there's a thick bushes, he just go in, we trample it, and he opens up for the regeneration of forest.
Bhutan's forests are important to the country's water supply. They also play a vital role in maintaining biodiversity and protecting the climate. Tiny Bhutan is doing its best to adapt to climate change. The residents of the mountainous kingdom have little other choice.
Some scientists predict that the wars of the future will be fought over water. Many in our generation are already living with the inaccessibility to potable water. The smallest individual action could help today. Fix that leaky tap. Turn off the running water while brushing your teeth. Have shorter showers. I'll leave you with that and see you again next week. Goodbye and thanks for watching.
An invisible enemy caused mass devastation during World War I. The
Spanish flu. It became one of the greatest disasters of the 20th century. A global investigation unearthed new archival footage and asks the question, what can we learn from this tragedy today?
In 15 minutes on DW.
Goodbye neutrality, hello NATO. Finland wants to join the Western Military Alliance. The Association of Reservists is in favor of the move. Conscientious objectors reject it. What are their reasons? And how does the rest of the population view the end of neutrality?
Close up. In 90 minutes on DW.
Российская агрессия, ситуация в Украине. Мы будем в прямом эфире.
What secrets lie behind these walls? Discover new adventures in 360 degrees. And explore fascinating World Heritage sites. DW World Heritage 360. Get the app now. The landscape. A reflection of a turbulent history.
Hello guys, I'm back again. Yeah, just this trade is sort of going according to plan. I think we've hit our first profit target and it's gone up from then. I should have sort of tried to lock in some of the profits, but I was just doing something else. So let's have a look. So the first profit target was hit. Let's hope it goes down again, and let's hope that the 50 period EMA doesn't hinder this little progress. But yeah, this pattern seems to be sort of holding. What's the time now? Still got some time. Let's see. Let's see what happens. Okay. Okay. Let me put a. Let's do this. It looks as if this 50 period EMA could be a hindrance to this going any further down. Let's see, only because of the strong reaction it price had around that area. So currently now I'm at about 15 pips or 14 pips. This is a problem I always have. People always say let your profit run, but then again, it's not guaranteed to run. That's the problem. It's not guaranteed to run. I honestly do not know if this 50 period EMA period is strong enough to cause me to lose the profits that I've made so far. Oh no, by the next so in 9 minutes we'll see if I can see what happens at the end of this 15 minute at the end of this candle. See what happens there. I'll make up my mind. I need price to exceed the 50 period EMA. It'll give me an indication whether or not the 50 period EMA is strong. Because you can see here, the 50 period EMA just caused the market to go all the way down. Okay, it looks like it's not. Okay, let's do this. Come on. There we go. see what happens. But so far this pattern has held up well. Come on. So come on. I think the bears might be in control of this session. However, there's a strong resistance around here, so that I don't lose everything just yet. I'm gonna modify that. Now we're in free trade, so made some money. It's not that bad. So and put this back here. That's what I was talking about, planning your trade and trading your plan, and you have to be disciplined to do that. So I'm in free trade now anyway. Let's go, baby. So far made 23 pips in profit. I believe because of the indication of this particular candle, that price would go further down. So there's potential for a bit more profit, I think. about to hit a profit. We've hit the initial profit target, which is right here. I just believe on the strength of this candle here, price will go further down. Let's see. So we've got 2 more minutes. Let's see what happens with the next candle, how it opens. One more minute. See how the next candle opens up. Let's see. Come on. There we go. So it's open slightly lower. Oh. Let's go, baby. Here we go. So in the end, we did make some profit. Yeah. So yeah, YouTube, thanks for watching, and this is the end of my trade for today. We did make some profit, not a lot. The pattern held up to an extent. That's why sometimes I don't put stop losses on, but I'm sure this will go down as well. I'm not going to enter the trade again. That's the end of today's trading session. Thanks for watching. Please do not Please do not forget to like and subscribe. I want to say thank you to everyone who's liked and subscribed already. I've got 6 subscribers on this channel, so if you find value, if you stumble across this channel today, and if you find value in what I've done today, please subscribe and like this channel so we can grow this channel together, and hopefully you derive some benefit from it as well. So thank you and God bless.